walk slowly. Like, you need to be here. Dumelang, welcome to my channel. My name is Dinara Mudiga, and if you're new here, this is a channel about all things crop production. But if you are a returning, thank you so much for liking, thank you for subscribing. Yeah, I'm going to be giving you 10 tips for all the people that are going into graduate placement, into agricultural graduate placement. Coming at number 1, all I can say is Tina. I would say it's Tina, like really Tina, like toughen up, okay? Like really be strong, be very resilient, be very persistent. Yeah, guys, it gets real quick. Like, it gets real so quick. It gets tough real quick. It's hours in the sun, it's exhaustion, it's frustration from the heat itself. So especially if you are interning or you're having your graduate placement out in the field, prepare your mind for it, prepare your heart for it as well. So like just be strong about it. Tell yourself, I'm going there, I'm gonna punch above my weight, I'm gonna be strong, I'm gonna work, I'm here to learn. Yeah, that's really the gist of it. Just be strong about it. Know why you're there, know why you're doing it. And it also brings me into my second point, which is focus on the bigger picture, right? That you are there to learn a skill, that you are there to apply whatever you've learned in your varsity years. You are there to apply it, and you're there to put practical into the theory that you've learned, and be passionate about it as well. If you loved it in varsity, there's definitely a reason. There's definitely no reason for you to think that you would not love it once you get into it and make everything practical. But focus on the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that you are mapping out your career, right? So just focus on the bigger picture, that I'm learning a skill, I'm learning something here, I'm getting experience that I will eventually try and put on my CV. So clean and focus on the bigger picture. That's number 2. At number 3, I have something which I will potentially say I was a hypocrite when it comes to that, because I always felt like I want to do something with my first salary, right? But as a graduate placement intern or student, don't think about the money much, right? What you are there for is for experience. You want to be able to say, I graduated from varsity, I got this, I graduated from college, I got this, and now I need the experience to match it up, right? To match up the knowledge that I've gained. So don't think about the money much. I know it's hard, because the first thing that as a graduate placement, as a graduate already, the first thing that comes to mind is, I wonder what I'm going to do with my first salary. But please don't think about that much. You are there to learn a skill. As I said, you are there to learn experience, and you are there to learn a skill. You are there to gain experience, right? So focus on that. Focus on the bigger picture. Don't focus on the money just yet, because essentially you don't have any experience. You have a degree, you don't have any experience yet, right? So for that 1 year or 6 months or whatever it is, don't focus too much on the money. Even if you're not getting paid for whatever you're doing, the fact that you're getting experience for it, you are able to then use that as leverage in your next company or in your next job, or maybe when you're starting out, or you want to start your own farm, right? So it's gonna help you. That experience, those skills that you've learned are then going to help you to establish something. So don't think much about the money. Also, you're in an industry where there's no quick cash. So maybe you're in the wrong industry. I'm kidding. You're not in the wrong industry, but you're just in an industry where there's no quick cash. You need to work, and then you need to harvest and wait, and then you need to harvest later. So take that whole analogy to say, right now, during my graduate placement year, I am planting a seed, and I'm gonna give it some time. I'm gonna keep nourishing it. I'm gonna keep put in water. I'm gonna take care of it, make sure it's well taken care of. And then in due season I will harvest. So in due season, then you can start thinking about the money. But in your graduate placement year, girl, boy, there is no time for you to be thinking about money. You now need to be thinking about your skills, your experience. That's what you need to be thinking about. You need to, the bigger picture. Let's keep the main thing, and the main thing is that you learn, you put into practice what you learned from varsity. All right, so number 5 is volunteer at nursery houses, volunteer at farms. I'd even recommend that if you're not working during the weekends, maybe use your Saturday to go to a farm, to go to a nursery, to go somewhere where they do a different type of agricultural practices as compared to what you do at work, right? So the advantage of this is that even when you're done with your graduate placement, you're then able to put down wherever on your resume, on your CV, wherever it may be, that you did have experience actually in crop production, and you also have experience in livestock production, or you do you have experience in farm management or nursery management, right? So always be open to volunteering at such places that will give you so much leg to stand on in terms of people wanting a more experienced, seasoned person, right? So do yourself that favor, go volunteer. You're still young, you can still do it. You still have the time, you still have the energy as well. Do it, right? Just do it, and at the end of the day, you'll see you're going to reap the greatest harvest ever. I'm telling you. So do yourself a favor, go volunteer, expose yourself. The main thing for this tip is for you to expose yourself. Essentially, you're opening yourself up to like a lot of options. So you're widening the spectrum so that even after your graduate placement, you're not necessarily in a narrow career path, but you're able to say, okay, I did this, but this is where I want my career to go. I want to do this, right? So I would recommend that you do that. I think it will really be helpful for you, and you're not going to regret it. You're definitely not going to regret it, trust me. Tip number 6 is put your best foot forward. And I can't stress this enough. Sometimes you don't know who is watching, right? So always do your best. Give it your all, give it your best. Do everything, even the jobs or the duties that people don't want to do. Put your best foot forward and do it, right? You don't know who's watching, but also what's most importantly is that because of the level that you're in, you're not in the rooms where decisions are made, right? And because you're not in those rooms, you need to put your best foot forward so that there is somebody who's in that room that will say, no, but Danielle is a hard worker, or this person is a hard worker. So you always need to put your best foot forward because you're not in those decision-making rooms, right? But there's always somebody that's watching, and that somebody that's watching might probably put in a good word for you, or they will end up saying, listen, I was actually thinking, would you mind if we absorb you as a company, or whatever. But always put your best foot forward, even if they don't take you there, but you don't know what's going to happen 10 years from then. What if the same person is now in a more higher position and they decide, listen, I remember there was a lady or there was a guy that was really hardworking. I want them back. I'm going to call them back. I will buy them from another company or whatever it is. Strive to be known as a person that has awesome, badass work ethic, right? That you are able to do everything and anything, whatever it takes, that you are willing to do everything to make things happen. So always put your best foot forward. Always give it your all. You never know who's watching. You will not regret it. Trust me. Even if it does not work out in the season that you think it will work out, most probably a year or 2 or even 3 years from then, we remember you and we say, there was actually a person that worked hard, and can we please call them in and give them like a higher position. Number 7 is take note of all that you learn. This is so important. The reason why this is important is because once you get off of your graduate placement, you're looking for a permanent job, you're looking for some way to map out your career, right? When you take note of everything that you learn, that is technically the experience that you've gained in that year, right? So you can then put all of that onto your resume and say, I've done this, I've done that, I've been to this, I've been to that, I've managed 10 interns, I've shadowed this and that, so you're able to do that. So you are then able to write all of that on your resume, and that helps you in terms of experience. Number 8 is find a mentor or find a manager or anybody that's above you and choose to shadow them. So do everything that they do, understand what they're doing, know what they're doing, know how they're doing it, and take those responsibilities as well and make them your own. When you're in a graduate placement program, you're sort of kind of auditioning for like the permanent job, or even if they did not plan to absorb you, if you work hard and you show that I am here, I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to do all these things, they then look at you and say, this is not a person that we can lose. We are willing actually to retain this person because we've seen what they bring to the table, right? So find you a mentor, find you I don't care if it's your manager or I'm a pack house manager, factory manager, wherever you are placed, shadow that person, learn their responsibilities, take on some of the responsibilities, right? Which brings me to my 9th tip. Take as many responsibilities as you can manage. Don't only do what you are told to do, like go the extra mile every single time. Even if it's like one extra thing, do that. Do that one extra thing. You don't know who's watching, as I said. You don't know how decisions are made. But if you are always in the right, if you are always that hard worker, if you are always a person that's willing to go an extra mile, people remember you. We know, okay, this person adds value. So even if your duties are like to package something, package it and then say, okay, I'm willing to do this and that and that and that, so that it gives you a leg up. You stand different as compared to all your other peers or all your other interns that are working with you. So always go an extra mile. Hurry up to do things that you're given at work. Like don't lag. Don't walk slowly. Especially on the farm. Like you need to be You need to be very dynamic. You need to be very like active, energetic. Yeah. So yeah, funny, but yeah. Like don't just be like, open yourself up to doing more. Okay. And tip number 10 is enjoy yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously. This is an experience and live it. Live in the moment, experience it, enjoy yourself. Don't take yourself too seriously, man. This is an experience, this is a journey. This is you getting to learn if this is for you and this is not for you. And if this is for you, which aspect of it is for you? And how are you going to go about it in your career? So yeah, don't take yourself too seriously, man. Just enjoy it. Chill. Work hard when you need to work hard. And then when you need to rest, literally rest. Go home and have a life outside of what you do. And find something as well that will still fulfill you outside of work. And if you feel that this is still something that I still want to take home with me, then pursue that, okay? But yeah, don't take yourself too seriously, man. This is a year where you learn things. This is going to be a year where it tests you. So be open to that. Be open to expanding your mind, your mental agility, expanding your skills, your experiences, and operate in your strength, right? Because when you operate in your strength, it comes easily to you. So yeah, that's my 10 tips for any person that wants to get into an agricultural graduate placement program. I hope you did enjoy it. Thank you for watching, and I hope it is helpful. Do let me know how your graduate placement experience was in the comment section. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. I hope to see you soon.